ZZ109FM Talk Radio. This is Elsie Jenkins. How you doing out there? Lord have mercy. It's a beautiful time to be alive on the planet and learn something and get something down your throat called knowledge. To help me out in the studio today is 10th grade education Bob. Bob, you know we waiting for your report card, trying to figure out what's going on with this. Are you going to the 11th grade, Bob?
Well, Miss Jenkins, this show's not about me. But I can tell you that right now, all the systems are down, and right now they don't have any information on whether we pass to the next level. So don't ask me no more.
All right, Bob. Sounds like to me you trying to avoid the whole situation here. We'll talk about you later. Lord have mercy. People, do what you gotta do in life to move forward in life. Why stay stagnant or always being pushed back based on actions that you choose to take advantage of? It's not us out here doing these things, causing you to run to us for help. You are causing the issues all by yourself. And today's show is very, very important show for people that decide they want to get out here in this world and be a part of this world. You got to pay your bills. When you're out here in this world, these bills are priority. What you want to do, things you like, obsessions you have come second. And there's a lot of people on the planet that just don't get this. So we're talking about the effects, after effects of your choices you're making out here. And eviction is the one you want to stay away from. These people out here are making choices that are causing people to walk up to their house and tell them they have to leave. It could be in the morning, the afternoon, the middle of the night. It don't matter. They gave you an opportunity. You took advantage of them, and now they need you to leave. Allow someone else to live in this spot that may take advantage of the opportunity that we're providing called renting. It's embarrassing, especially if only one person handles the finances and they telling you everything's okay, and then you wake up one morning finding out you ain't got no place to live. It's embarrassing if it's two people involved with the finances and you're handling the money and they're just watching you and you're supposed to be doing things with it. You don't do it, and now you're being evicted. Now they're wondering, what did you do with the money? And then it could be two people. One person never has their amount, and you can never find out the good answer or explanation as to where's your part of the bill money. A budget is very simple. It tells you what you can and cannot do. If you're making $10,000 a month, there's a lot of things you can do with that kind of money. But if you're only making $3,000 a month, there's not so many things you can do. Meanwhile, if you have a budget of $3,000, you might as well go ahead and cancel Christmas, because you're not going to have any money to do anything else. You've got to take that budget of $3,000, you make $3,000, and you pay everything off, and guess what you have left at the end, Bob?
A big goose egg.
Absolutely nothing. That means you're learning something in school. Let's get into this. When people face eviction or unstable housing, it often reflects deeper cycles of financial avoidance and coping mechanisms. This is how these things tie together. No budgeting habit. And I try to instill this in a person's brain. Multiple brains. But there's something about a budget that scares people. It ought to scare you because without a structured plan, expenses spiral. Bills get paid partially or skipped entirely. And this creating mounting stress and eventual eviction risk. This information that I have in front of you is not information that I only get to look at, and the world doesn't get to look at this. You can look this stuff up before you go out here and sign a lease. Educate yourself, and that's what a lot of people are. They're uneducated out here trying to run a household. Now, let's get down to the root of some of this. Justifying marijuana use. That's right. You like to get high because it takes you away from those problems you're having. But see, the problems come back after the high go down. For some, it becomes a way to self-soothe or escape anxiety about money and responsibility. The justification often masks guilt or denial about poor financial control. Poor financial control. This is the whole root of the whole situation about eviction. You got poor financial control. You're on a collision course with eviction. And this is one thing I noticed. Partial payments. You can't half pay your electric bill and think the other half's just going to disappear. This reflects a psychological compromise. I'm doing something, even if it isn't enough. It's a way to feel monetary relief without solving the underlying issue. I'll just pay half of the water bill, half of the electric, and hopefully they can take that as a goodwill gesture. And some people even pay half of the rent. These gestures are going to get your ass out in the street. Because bills have to be paid completely and not partial payments. Multiple evictions can have serious long-term consequences for anyone seeking housing. Each eviction becomes part of the tenant's public record and credit history, making it visible to rental companies and property managers when they review applications. And this system is one that they have in check. They all have access to it to be able to see if they're going to even use you as a tenant. Not because you're a good person and you got a kind heart and you do well when you communicate with the person on the phone. They don't give a damn about that. They get your information, they get your damn social number, and then they run you and they see you are an evicted person. You're an evictor. Always getting evicted. They're not gonna give you an apartment. When an application has several evictions listed, it signals a pattern of financial instability or non-compliance with the lease agreement. This often leads to automatic disqualification, or you get a higher security deposit, as landlords view the application as a high-risk tenant. Even if the person's current situation has improved, those records can remain for years, limiting access to quality housing and forcing them into less desirable and more expensive rentals. Consistent budgeting, timely payments, and resolving past debts are essential steps to rebuild trust and improve future rental prospects. Now see, with all these evictions, these people ain't got time to do all that. So what's the next thing they gotta do, Bob? Since they done tore up their credit, multiple evictions, what's the next thing they gotta go? Who they gotta go see, Bob?
Mr. Slumlord.
You got that daggone right. Because the slumlords are your last resort to sleeping outside. Let's keep moving. People struggling with eviction often face more than financial issues. They're battling stress, anxiety, and sometimes substance use that worsens their budgeting habit. When marijuana or other drugs become a coping mechanism, money meant for the rent bills get redirected, deepening the cycle of instability. This is a problem because once you get evicted, if someone tries to bring you in to help you out and you sit there and smile like you're going to work out your situation, you're sitting there actually taking the extra money that's supposed to be going to helping you get yourself back together to get you some of that marijuana and drugs. You done cut your costs by finding a way to get in and someone's taking care of you. Now you're evicted, but you're not really managing your money still. You're taking advantage of the opportunity to get high and get on them drugs to get your mind away from trying to fix your problem. Meanwhile, you're making excuses, excuse after excuse as to why you don't have any money. You've been sitting here not paying rent for 4 months, 5 months, 12 months, but you don't have any money to move out. What's happening with the money? And you never get a straight answer or straight excuse. Well, this happened, that, no, you never. You just get a stupid look. They have stupid looks on their face. They know what it is. They're taking that money, they're buying food, eating out every day, and then they're getting high. Eating out every day, these Uber Eats and etc. cost money, $30 to $40 a pop. You multiply that by 10, you done spent $400. You can't do that when you're supposed to be putting money away to move your ass out. So we got the slumlords. Yeah, last resort for some people. You go to these people and look at this image. Look at this image. You're going to get what you deserve when you get a slumlord. It's a run-down, dirty, decrepit-looking apartment. It's about as disgusting can get. You got, this place that they're giving you really wouldn't pass inspection. That's how disgusting the apartment is. But you know what? The slumlord knows that there ain't a damn thing you can say or do about it because your situation is so bad, nobody else will rent to you. Nobody. And you have to come to his terms to be able to move in. Now, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I'm going to say it's a bad thing because number one, you don't get no credit for staying in a slumlord's apartment. They don't report this information. You don't get any quick repairs because everything that you see is everything that you're going to get. And if they do come in there and fix some things, all right. But you're not going to get the quick response you would get if you was renting. And you don't have to worry because you go ahead and pay this man partial payments. He is just going to let you know that he's going to put you out. He may be following the guidelines under law to put you out, but nonetheless, he don't care. He'll put you out. He'll come in there and sweep up the trash you leave because a lot of people just leave their trash and their junk there. But after that, he ain't fixing nothing. He gonna leave this apartment the way it is for the next group of people that refused to pay their bills on time. And there's a line of them waiting outside the door to get in this apartment to live their lives the way we're talking about. Nilly-willy, half-ass paying their bills. Or getting high. Living a life of inconsistency and anxiety. Arguing every day. You know, their anxiety makes you want to get mad at somebody, and then you look across the room and there he is or she is. Taking it because you the one over there don't know how to manage your damn money. So you take your anger and anxiety out on your partner that you're supposed to be so in love with. It's an ongoing cycle. And part of the problem with this is one of the two don't make enough money to get out of this cycle. They make just enough money to be there, to help out if they even help out. That's another problem. You got two people living in a place, but only one person pays all the bills and don't have enough money to pay all the bills, and you hold on to all your money because you got things you have to do with your money. What kind of relationship is that? It's an ass backwards, sideways relationship that ends up in this situation we're talking about here, eviction, because this person doesn't make enough money by itself and goes out here and does risky things with the money to try to get the money to cover everything. And some people look at that person as, well, you're the head of the house, you take care of things. That mentality versus, well, let's work together to make this work. ZZ109FM, this is Elsie, Jenkins. If you look at this couple right here, you see why they're happy. You see why there's no anxiety, because they're doing all these things you see here on this screen. They are paying their bills. They are working together. They are treating each other with respect when it comes to the finances. No stress, just blessing. It's a blessing when you can pay your bills on time and not have stress. When you pay these bills on time, you're building something. Good credit, a brighter future, peace of mind, a happy heart. And you set goals that allow you to have an emergency fund when things happen. Vacation money, which some people don't even understand the whole vacation concept. It's a shame that it's that complicated for some people. And the new home. Some people think they have to rent all their lives instead of own a home. But you know what? It's because they have no ambition. They can't see any further than the weed smoke in front of them. And financial freedom. To be able to sit here, I can sit here right now and tell you, I don't have nothing to worry about. I don't have any bills or stress. And I'm going to keep it this way. It is a blessing and a good feeling to not have to be backstepping and catching up all the time. Making good decisions is the best option. And if you don't know how to make good decisions, you ask for help. Look at the people around you that are successful in these areas and they will help you plan a budget. Last thing but not least is what I'm noticing is some people don't want to tell you how much money they're making. Because if they tell you how much money they're making, you're going to figure out that they're blowing half of their check on something. And they think we're too stupid to figure out what that something is. Well, if I can smell the marijuana every time you smoke it, and I can see you over there playing prize picks and losing, I already know where that half of the money is gone to. But see, these people they don't want to hear that. They want to sit there and figure it out. Well, as soon as prize picks hits, I'm going to pay this money. And that's where you get to this red zone of inconsistent financial hell is what I call it. And you stay in that window and there is your anxiety, your stress, bills not paid on time, no financial freedom, zero emergency fund, no ass chance for a vacation, and you're going to stay in a rental for the remainder of your mindless decision making you're making. Until you change your decision making, you will not see any financial freedom. ZZ109FM, don't tell me that the tools to get your mind out here are not out here. They are out here. At first thing you got to do is realize you have a problem. You have a problem. And you have to get help. A lot of times you can't solve that problem on your own. You need help. There are banks out here that have plans and programs that can help you work and build a plan, a financial plan that will give you success. Use them. Don't sit here like some people and say, well, I'm going to just keep trying to do it the way I'm doing it. This is all I know. And you look real stupid when you say that. ZZ109FM Talk Radio, it's a shame that we have people out here putting family members through this kind of nonsense, but it's true. These are the family members that just don't get it. Take care and don't be a part of this group of people.